So as you probably know, for many of your own communities, events are a really strong way to generate leads for your community and get people from into the top of the funnel and eventually convert into members. They're also a great way for your existing members to engage with them and make an online community feel more like a human to human connection because the one moment that you get people live on a call together and see that there's a person behind the screen, you're multiplying your engagement rates in your community. So between lead gen and increasing engagement, we wanted to give you more power over the events that you host in your community. And one of those things being an event ticketing feature. So what is it, you might be asking? Right now, in the current state of events, we support you being able to create an event and invite people in your community and maybe even make it a public event where you can set a single price for that event to be paid. But the way it's currently structured is you're either RSVP'd to go or you're not. And there's no additional toggles and configurations and customization that you can do in terms of how somebody joins, what level somebody's joining the event at, or even like capacity limits or RSVP deadlines. And I'm very excited to announce all of that is coming along with a few other really nifty quality of life improvements to your admin side of the events feature. So I feel like I've talked it up enough. Let's jump over into what your events could look like soon. So I'm in my test community here called the Drummer's Den. But the Drummer's Den is home to a lot of different events today. We are a chef community today. We're an AI startup community today, and we're also a yoga community, just because I want to show you all the different types of events that you can possibly build here. And I'm going to actually pull up the admin side. Oops, Inception. The admin side of this to show you the new creation flow for events. When I go ahead and click event, create event here, you'll notice it's no longer that tiny little modal, and we've increased the real estate for which you can create and edit your new events. And you'll notice a lot of the same things that you know and love today. So that's you're on the left side, you have your image, your title, your description, your date and time, your location. But at the bottom here, this is brand new. Typically with events, we would just make whoever the creator is the host, and you can't change that. You could only have one host. So it was a little bit limiting when you're not necessarily one hosting, but you have to create the event. Now you'll be able to select any member within your community to be the host. You could even remove yourself as the host. And if your host is not actually a member of your community, you can just paste in their email, give them a name, add their image, and have them host it instead. So that is one quality of life thing that I think many of you will be happy to see. But to the main event, on the top right side, visibility and discovery. This is what many of you know today as like a public event toggle, if you want to keep your event for closed within your community or open it up to the public. So that same option is available here, but with a little extra power. So if I wanted to make my event public, I just click the drop down here and select public, and you will be able to invite external guests to this event with a shareable link. And we have these additional advanced public event settings. So the event organizer bio, you already know of, that's already there. And the recommend other events is already there. Another great way to get people down into your funnel, deeper into your funnel that are joining a public event. But now we have an option to add a community sign up button to your public event page, right? So it seems simple, but it's a way for people to join your community from your public event page without having to put them through a series of email follow-up campaigns or having to send them a separate link, all from your event page on the public facing side. They'll be able to just click a join button and join your community. And you'll be able to select which sign up link they use to join your community as well. So that's one thing that's new. The other thing that's new is the event ticketing piece of things. Okay, so I want to run through a scenario with y'all. We want to run a public event. And this public event has a public ticket, and it also has a in-community ticket. So basically my community members have their own ticket for the event, and the general public can join from another ticket for the event. Maybe they're paying and my community members are joining for free. So what you can do here, plain and simple, is say the general public has to pay. I set the fee. They have to pay $5 to come. And then I add my users here and say they can come for free. It's included. It's that simple, right? But let's say I want to get more complicated with it, because this is possible the way we have the current event set up today. With this update, you'll be able to click Advanced Ticket Settings and start creating separate tickets for each of the stakeholders that I want to invite to this event. So let's say for the general public, I want them to pay $5. Maybe I also want them to name their price. And I only want to allow 10 people from the general public to come to this event because I want a majority of the people to be my members. I'll also set an RSVP deadline of, let's say, shortly before the event starts. So let's say the day before. Now let's also say I want to create some additional ticket options for my general users. I want to maybe have just like a standard ticket option where I'll add my users. And then I will have a VIP ticket option for my users. And now when they're signing up, they'll have the option to either join from the standard ticket or join from the VIP ticket. And whatever that means for you and your event, you'll be able to know what members chose what ticket. So I want to show you some concrete examples because I know that this can get a little convoluted with the amount of possibilities you have. So let's jump over to some test events that I've created for y'all. In this test event, it's called Breathe and Bloom. It's a prenatal yoga session for mothers-to-be. It's an in-person event, and I'm hosting this for both my community members and the general public. What I'm looking at right now is the general public's view of the event. You'll notice that I only have one option to join this event because I'm not a member. So if the general public, there's 9 spots left. I have to pay $5. If I didn't want to RSVP right now and instead I want to join the event, I can click that. Join the community, sorry. I can click that here. You can see the hosts. And let's say I do want to RSVP and put my name and my email, and I'm asked to pay. This is a name your price event, so maybe I'm feeling generous and I want to double the price that is recommended. And then actually I have a free coupon, so psych, I'm not actually going to pay anything. And then I input my payment data, confirm, and I'm sent the email confirmation.